Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, the place where we not only talk about what's going on in the gun world, but also how we're going to fix it together. And the content that I'm going to show you right now is some of the fallout that's happening around the Texas border crisis. Now, I did a video earlier today saying that the civil war the media is pumping up is not the story. It's all about the pressure that's being put on the system, that's being put on the Democrats, and now Democrats are lining up against this because what we talked about was the implications politically. This is massive, and I've got some more clips you are going to love to see. Everything is linked in the description box below, and please let me know what you guys think in the comments, and make sure you hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn the notification bell on. And this content tonight is brought to you by Arrowhead Tactical. Now, Arrowhead Tactical offers complete EDC solutions disguised as activewear and athletic gear. This is some of the stuff that you can use to work out, be more comfortable, but still be strapped and ready for anything. That's what we're about. This is perfect for anyone who likes wearing athletic gear, but also likes to be able to defend themselves with their carry of choice. The apparel works with any of your holsters and any gun, and I'm about to show you amazing examples of innovation in action. Check this out. They have included a concealed inner belt in the apparel, which leads to an extremely secure and reliable holster retention and effective drawing and reholstering. Not only can you carry a gun in your athletic gear, you can also carry different handguns, especially larger handguns, in different holsters and positions. With all their styles to choose from, there's something for everybody to defend themselves, be comfortable, or work out, and make sure you check out the link in the description box, and thank you to them for sponsoring this content. All right, my brothers and sisters, we've got to dive into this, and I am so amped to show you this because we don't live in a silo. Us in the 2A world, we're always following the 2A news. We're up before the politicians even know about it. We are on it. We are the tip of the spear. We're going to push these rights forward and hand them to the next generation. But we're not a silo. The things I'm about to show you completely correlate with the gunfight we're in every day. Check this out. First, we're going to start with one of my favorite people in the United States, Senator John Kennedy. This came on the 23rd of January of this year. Allow me to present to you greatness.
You can cut the irony. The cynical might say the hypocrisy. I would rather say the irony. You can cut the irony with a knife. After years of presenting themselves as sanctuary cities.
All right, so and I cut the clip short because there's a lot. There's like a 25-minute thing. I'll probably do a video on that little speech by itself because there's lots of greatness. But he hit something very, very important. You could cut the irony with a knife. I'll be cynical on this one. I'm usually a pretty positive guy for our 2A rights, but let's just go with hypocrisy on this one. And here's why. You've got the border crisis of Biden's making, and now the governor of Texas and 25 other states are throwing their support behind him because it's an issue of national importance. Earlier video, political implications. But you can also say, well, that's weird because Democrats have been for sanctuary cities forever, and now it's a problem all of a sudden. At the exact same time, the federal government, through the DOJ run by Biden, has attacked the sanctuary cities for firearms through the SAPA, the Second Amendment protection area. Isn't that weird that Missouri is bad for sanctuary zones for federal gun laws, but California, New York, Chicago, those are okay for sanctuary cities for immigration? Hypocrisy. Like I told you, none of this is in a vacuum. We are all in this fight, and even though we're in the gun world, a lot of the things they try to pull on us, they try on us first and they go national. That's what you're seeing right here. You can cut the irony with a knife. In fact, it's so bad, and as I mentioned in the earlier video with the polling and all the emphasis and the horrible ratings from Biden on this, you're only going to see more and more people pile on the Republican side because it's a main issue for everyone in the United States because we all see it and they are doing it wrong and it should be stopped. Democrats are jumping on board too. Check this out. Let's talk about some Dems here.
West Virginia Democrat Joe Manchin calling on President Biden to take responsibility for the mess as well.
And the president has to take blame for it, too, to allow it to get to this proportion. It's time for the president to declare a national emergency at the border and secure this border once and for all.
Manchin isn't alone. Democrats are increasingly slamming the president and the White House over the issue.
To the president's best interest politically to come up with a solution on border security.
New polling from Harvard-Harris shows immigration is currently voters' #1 concern.
I think the Democrats are seeing the same polls that we're seeing, that this is top of mind for voters. I mean, they've got, concerns.
Senator John Tester, a Democrat vying to hold on to his seat in conservative Montana, publishing an op-ed on the border crisis, writing, "My message to the the president and my colleagues in Congress is simple. It's time to stop pointing fingers, quit using the border as a political talking point, and roll up our sleeves.
Isn't it weird how they want to roll up their sleeves in an election year when you've got the Senate balance hanging right there, all the control of the balance on the Democrats and Biden and his coattails going in or going out of the White House? Isn't it weird how all this happens? Like, for example, Joe Manchin, he's on the way out, but he's flirting with the idea of running for president on the Democratic side under a no labels label, which is irony. Then you've got people like John Tester, who is a Democrat in a conservative state with the headwinds against Democrats going up for his seat. That's another 6-year term that the Democrats probably going to lose if this continues. Understand, this is bigger than what I was telling you about. Earlier in the video today, when you have number one, immigration, as the big item, you have inflation and you have prices as the next biggest item, and the Republicans are drawing a line and an attention to said immigration issue that everyone knows is a problem, and it's the weakest point on your policy from a Biden White House perspective, you got no allies on this one. That's why it's so important and powerful. And I'm just getting started. Let's jump over to New York real quick. Adams' approval rating sinks to the lowest for any New York City mayor since 1996. Oh, okay, that's 28%. That's not cute. Let me see why. New York Times article, by the way. Mr. Adams, a Democrat who ran for mayor on a public safety message, had seen his approval rating fall this year as he struggled to manage an influx of migrants from the southern border. Weird. It's almost like this is actually a thing. Conflict exists in public statements between Pritzker and Johnson over migrant crisis. That's the governor of Illinois and the mayor of Chicago. This all came out this week, by the way. Let's see. Let's see. It's not like the migrant crisis is only happening in Illinois or the city of Chicago. Let's see what he said when we went to visit Biden. Johnson, mayor of Chicago, went on to add that during his recent trip to Washington, he discussed with the Biden administration other ways in which cities playing host to migrants could potentially get additional federal funding. Weird. This is a brutally effective political point. And you've got the Senate funding bill for immigration tied with Ukraine in the Senate. I'm going to do a video coming up where Johnson in the House said that ain't happening. That's DOA. This is the way you do this. And the Republicans are absolutely wielding it with brutal efficiency. And the best part is everyone supports them. And that's what I've got for you guys. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you on the next one. I'm Braden. See you later.